That's hit deep into left, and that's out of here. Safe. Good evening. Thanks for being here for volleyball on JCTV and live over the web. Tonight it's the 9-8 Jefferson College Vikings taking on the 11-7 Mineral Area College Cardinals. So Jeffco and Mac, always a great rivalry here in Hillsboro. We just had a ceremony to dedicate the new bleachers before the game. You see the fans there in those brand new bleachers ready for tonight's action. The Cardinals come here 3-0 in the conference and 1-1 in the region, and the Vikings still looking for their first win in the region. They're 0-2, but Jeffco is 2-1 in the MCCAC conference. Lady Vikings on your right in the blue and Mineral Area on your left in the red. At the front of the net for Jeffco, we have Odyssey Nathan. She's a freshman from Davenport, Iowa. In the middle, Lucia Badac, freshman setter from Croatia. And far side, it's Martyna Marashinska, the freshman from Poland. She's the outside hitter. Micah Simpson will be the libero tonight for Jeffco, so you'll see her in the red jersey out there. She's a sophomore from Scott City, Missouri. Also, Alex Pierce at midcourt, the freshman from right here in the county in Festus, Missouri. And Victoria Bowens, the sophomore from Dallas, rounds out the Vikings squad to begin this matchup. Jeffco will have the serve first, and Simpson will start things off. So first team to win 3 sets will win the match. 25 points wins a set. Unless we get to a fifth, and 15 will take the final one. There's Marashinska. And that one out of bounds, so a point for Mac. Vikings cheered as if they had scored, but no, that one goes to Mac, and here's Danielle Gussman to serve. Marashinska, too far, 2-0 Mineral Area. Gussman's a sophomore from Barnhart. Bowens with the dig to keep it alive, and now Simpson finds it. Another nice dig from Simpson, and she'll have to get to it again, and she returns it. And that one clipped the net, but it's a point for Mac, 3-0. So Mac with 11 wins, 7 losses so far this season. Vikings 9-8, 1 game over 500. That one in favor of the Lady Vikings, it's 3-1. Jeffco will get the serve. Marashinska will have it. And she will back up. We see her serve from way back there. Obviously, all you need to be behind is that line right there by the basketball side of things, and then it's returned quickly and just clips the line, 4-1. So Mac out to an early lead here in the first. Jeffco's coming off a win at East Central on September 25th. And now with the serve, Paige Mays, a freshman from Burney, Missouri. She's got it. Refs talking things over at the scorer's table, so we'll pause for a moment. As of right now, it's 4-1 and Mac's ball, but we'll see what they call here. Might be asking about a Mineral Area sub. Now we're ready. Mays into the net, 4-2. Lucia Badac will have the serve for Jeffco. She's a freshman. And as I mentioned earlier, from Croatia. Now they'll set it up for Nathan, and she'll find the back corner, nobody there. 4-3. So the Vikings trail by 1. Badac with it. And a block there from Marketa Iliskova for the Vikings. She's the 6'2 freshman, and there she is again, off the fingertips. And Mack does get it back across. Now there's Nathan, soft touch. Good dig there. That was Kayla Thibodeau for Mack. Callie Jo Smith kept that alive, and there's Elitskova. Elitskova with the kill for Jeffco. It's all tied up at 4. Elitskova's a freshman. She's from the Czech Republic. She's a middle blocker, and she's the tallest player on this team at 6'2". Fingertips, and it finds the court. So it's 5-4 Mineral Area. Natalie Gramad will have the serve. She's a freshman from Perryville. Elitskova. It was tipped by Max, so Vikings point, tied up at 5. And Nathan will step in to serve for the Vikings. That one off the net, and a point for Jeffco. So it's 6-5 Vikings. Marissa Cage is into the game now at the front. She's a sophomore from Imperial. Nathan will serve it again. And there's Cage. Elitskova, another kill for Elitskova. 7-5, Vikings lead by 2. So a good crowd tonight for this rivalry. Mack just south of here, not too far, near Farmington, of course, Park Hills, Missouri. So these two teams face off quite often. That one hit the court just out of the reach of Badac. So it's 7-6. Vikings do lead, but just by 1. And Brittany Collins, the sophomore, will do the serving. Smith with the dig, and now Bowens sets it over. Soft touch backfires. 8-6 Vikings. And here's Bowens to serve it for Jeffco. Can they return it? No, into the net. That'll be 4 hits, and that's a point for the Vikings, 9-6. There's a block from Cage and Elitskova. And it's off Mack, a point for Jeffco. The Vikings now lead by 4. We'll have a timeout. It's 10-6 Jeffco. Victoria Bowens still with the serve for the Vikings. It's 10-6. Jeffco leads by 4 in the first. Mack does get it over. Badach for Marcinska. And it was tipped by Mack, so it is Vikings point. Bowen serves it. There's Cage. Dug out by Mays. And diving is Simpson, and she somehow gets it over from the floor. The crowd loves it. That will go to Mack, but what a play from Micah Simpson, lying down to get it across with one hand. So Mineral Area will have the serve. They're trailing by 4. It's 11-7 Jeffco. Blocked. Aaron Wolford and Janika McIntyre there for the Cardinals. And it makes it 11-8. And Samantha Meyer has it. She's a freshman. She's from Festus. We're ready to go. Scores table had some business to take care of. Badach backed up on it and then couldn't get there. And so I think we have the score settled out now. It's 11-9 Jeffco. There's Ilitskova, and just out of bounds. So a 1-point lead now for Jeffco. Mack has cut into this lead. It's 11-10. And there's Meyer again. Misdirection from Badach, but they'll say she hit it twice. So point for the Cardinals, and we're all tied up at 11 about halfway through this first set. That's going to be out near those new bleachers. So Mineral Area now with the lead, 12-11, and we'll have another timeout. The Lady Vikings will hit the road for their next few games. St. Louis Community College, they'll be there at 6:30 on October 9th, and then October 11th and 12th, they'll head to West Plains for the MSU West Plains tournament. Then Jeffco back here at home on October 15th. That's a 6:30 p.m. start against Southwestern Illinois College. And on October 19th, MSU West Plains will visit Hillsboro for a 3 o'clock start. Sorry, that one's at 3, right here at Joe Ellen Stringer Court. Here we go again. Marcinska will get the kill for Jeffco. She's tied it up at 12. Alex Pierce checks into the game. And she will have the serve for the Vikings. Simpson and then Marcinska able to keep it alive. Blocked, but off Jeffco. So 13-12, Mack jumps back on top. Kayla Thibodeau with the serve. She's a sophomore from Festus, and she can't get it over. So it's 13 all. Micah Simpson will have the serve. Simpson's a sophomore. Her sister played on this team as well. She's moved on. And miscommunication. It looked like Erin Wolford was going to make a play, but she backed off, and Thibodeau couldn't get it across. So the Vikings have the lead, 14-13. that's another point for Jeffco, an ace for Micah Simpson. Danielle Gussman couldn't return it, so Vikings lead by 2, 15-13, and Simpson will have it again. And there she is. Now Badach will have to get to it. It's for Bowens, and Bowens sends it home for Jeffco. 16-13, Lady Vikings up by 3. So Vikings jumped out to a lead. Mineral Area came back to jump on top, and now Jeffco has rattled off a few points in a row. Nathan. Big spike from Nathan. And that makes it a 4-point lead for the Vikings, 17-13. Simpson still with the serve. And that's too much on that one. So it's a point for Mineral Area, 17-14. And Gussman will have it. Big block there. But it's a point for the Vikings as it was tipped by Mack. So it's 18-14. Lady Vikings lead by 4. Martina Marashinska will have the serve. Nathan into the net though. But it's a point for the Vikings. So the whistle on Mack. Lady Vikings lead it by 5, 19-14, nearing the end of the first set. Bit of a misdirection, and there's Bowens, and then it's blocked. So strong play at the front for Mack. Wolford was there. We'll have a couple subs come in for the Cardinals, one of which Paige Mays, who will have the serve. And Callie Jo Smith checks in for the Vikings. She's a sophomore. She is a two-sport athlete, plays basketball as well. Nice play, Badach. They didn't expect that. And she puts the Vikings up by 5, 20-15. And she'll have it. Elitskova denied that. Fingertips there, but it is returned. Now Badach for Bowens. Bowens has to back up. Elitskova, 21-15. Just out of the reach of Gussman. And Lucia Badach will still have the serve. Vikings 4 points away here from taking the first. Blocked and then returned by Nathan. No one's there. 22-15 Vikings. Diving dig, can they get it over? Yes. Smith has to back up to return it. Now Nathan. And Nathan puts the Vikings up 23-15. Jeffco 2 points away from winning the first. That one just out. So Mack will get the ball back, trailing 23-16. And Gramad will have the serve. And Elitskova That's going to be a point for Jeffco. It's set point off the hand of Mays, and she could not get to it. So 24-16 set point for Jefferson. Odyssey Nathan with the serve. Block there from Ilitskova and Cage, but Mineral Area answers just over the head, but there's Badach, and then Cage just can't handle it. A nice play by Badach to come in and keep it off the court. Now here's Collins. 24-17, Vikings still only need one more to take this first set. Let's see if Bowens can get it done. She does. Yes, that is the call. Vikings win it 25-17. We'll be right back with the second here on JCTV. Here comes the second set. Vikings lead at 1-0 after winning the first 25-17. We switch side, Mack on the right, and diving attempt by Alex Pierce. But just can't get to it in time. So it's 1-0 Mineral Area. Kayla Thibodeau is serving it to start this second. Pierce has to back up and misplays it. So 2-0 lead to kick off the second for the Cardinals. And here's Thibodeau, the sophomore from Festus. Pierce lets it go. Good decision. 2-1. And so the Vikings will get it. And Martyna Marashinska, the freshman from Poland, will have the serve. Backs way up and then has that power to get it over. Nice play to keep that alive there from Gramad. But then put right in the middle of three Cardinals. They can't get to it. So it's 2-2. Vicky Bowens was there for Jeffco. So Marashinska, and then another misdirection from Badach. We saw that in the first. And again, it results in a point for the Vikings, and they now lead it 3-2. Here's Marashinska. And that will be a point for Jeffco. That was Francesca Santaramo, excuse me. And you wonder if she hadn't touched that, if that would have gone out. Either way, a point for the Vikings, 4-2. And again off the fingertips of Santaramo, and no one can get there on the second chance. So Jeffco leads by 3, 5-2. And they'll make a sub on the Mac side. Samantha Meyer comes into the game. 3-point lead for the Lady Vikings. Marashinska again. And off the hand of Gussman. So a couple of miscues by the Cardinals results in a 4-point lead for the Vikings now, 6-2. 6 unanswered points from Jeffco. And so far it's been Marashinska here in the second. She'll try it one more time. They get it over that time and set it up for Bowens. Big block there, but the Vikings keep it alive, and it's Bowens again. And there's a point from Liza Gray of the Cardinals, 6-3. And Danielle Gussman, the sophomore, will have the serve for the Lady Cardinals as they trail it by 3. Vikings do get it over after it ricocheted off the arm of Simpson, and then Nathan Bowens go to the floor in celebration after that block. 7-3 Lady Vikings. looks like Lucia Badac will have the serve with a 4-point lead. Callie Jo Smith is into the game as well. That's too far from Gramad, so 8-3, 5-point lead, Jeffco. Lady Vikings looking for their 10th win tonight. Simpson, initial contact, and now Bowens with the soft touch. Bowens gets the kill for Jeffco. Gramad just missed it, and we'll have a timeout. It's 9-3. Lady Vikings lead by 6. We've got a nice cheering section here tonight. Members of the soccer team and softball teams over there getting into it, made some signs. And the men's soccer team here, Jeffco, is 7-6 overall on the year. And they have several home games left. 5 more in October. So if you want to check out that schedule, you can find it online at jeffco.edu/athletics, or just look for the athletics icon on the right-hand side of the main page. Badac now, leading by 6. Ilitskova bumps it across, and then Smith tries to make a play, but it was just too strong. She did what she could there. So now it's 9-4. Mack will get it. Paige Mays is back there for the serve. Badac for Ilitskova. Off the arm of Mays, and it's a point for the Vikings, 10-3. So 7-point lead for Jeffco. It's Nathan. And Nathan lets it go. Good work there. So it makes it 11-3 Vikings. This set started off 2-0 Mac, and now they'll put a point on the board for Mac, so we'll have to see what is happening. 11-4 it looks like now is the score, but Jeffco still had the serve. And Nathan will let it go again. So she has a good eye back there. 12-4, Vikings lead by 8. So anyway, this did start off 2-0 in favor of Mac, but the Vikings have come roaring back after that. And a block there at the front. Cage was there. Ilitskova was there for Jeffco, 13-4. And Odyssey Nathan still will do the serving. Vikings lead the match 1-0 after taking the first, 25-17. Nathan will back up and play that. And now Ilitskova will get it, and she puts it right inside the line. 10-point lead for Jefferson College, 14-4. Dominant performance so far here in the second. Odyssey Nathan will have it again. Cage, Ilitskova, Bowens at the front for Jeffco. And that one was out. So 15-4 now. Jefferson College leads it by 11 in the second. Misdirection. And Bowens answers with her own hook shot to make it 16-4. So Nathan will have it again after a nice kill there from Victoria Bowens. Mack keeps it alive. Big block there, though. But they'll say it was off of Jeffco. We'll have some subs come in, but that makes it 16-5. Mineral Area will get the ball back. there is Gramad. Elitskova, what a kill. She has a nasty spike, and she looks to be over that foot injury she was dealing with earlier in the year. We didn't see her in those first few games because of that. And 17-5, we'll have a timeout. Jefferson having some fun here in the second. Jeffco still with the ball. Victoria Bowens will have the serve. And Lady Vikings lead at 17-5 over the Mac Cardinals. There's a block again. Cage, Marashinska for Jeffco. Both of them were up there for that. Makes it 18-5. And there's Bowens. But into the net. Vikings turn it over. So Jeffco 18, Mineral Area 6. Here in the second set, it's Brittany Collins with it. She's a sophomore from Deloge, Missouri. And she can't get it over. So the Vikings will get it right back. And Jeffco leads at 19-6. Alexandria Pierce, the freshman from Festus, will have the serve. We often see her as the defensive specialist, the libero. She's not acting in that role tonight. That's Micah Simpson, why she's wearing the red jersey. And there's Simpson to dig it out, and Marashinska will return it. And Cage and Badach there at the front to deny that one. 20-6 Vikings. It hasn't been close since the very early stages of this second set. Here's Pierce. Marashinska will get it, but a block, and a nice one at that from Marissa Schroeder, and Janika McIntyre was there as well. So 20-7, Vikings lead it. And Samantha Meyer will have the serve, and she can't do much with that, can't get it over. So 21-7, Lady Vikings. Micah Simpson now for Jeffco. And she'll set it into the air, and Badach for Nathan. Just gets it across, and Simpson decided to let it go, but that was in. So a point for Mineral Area. It's 21-8. Lady Vikings still with a sizable lead, but Mac will get it back, and Thibodeau, the sophomore, will have the serve. Marashinska, and that's too far. So it's 21-9, Jeffco, but Mac still has it. And Nathan, but they're going to call an error. 2-hit violation on the Vikings. So that makes it an 11-point lead for Jeffco. It's 21-10, and Mac not going away just yet in the second. And there's a block. Wolford and Gramad were there for the Lady Cardinals. And we'll have a timeout. So Vikings lead this 21-11 in the second set. They lead the match 1-0 after winning the first set 25-17. We've seen some impressive kills tonight from Marketa Iliskova. But really the whole team has played well so far for the Lady Vikings. A nice play from Simpson at one point to keep it off the court, diving stop. And Vicky Bowens has had a couple of nice misdirection plays, so the whole team playing well tonight. And there's Bowens, and finally for Marashinska, and she angles it into the net. So still Mineral Area's ball, 21-12 is the score. And Badach has to run over to get it, and Simpson will return it. And then blocked by Badach. Nathan returned that, and there's a point for Mineral Area. So it's 21-13. Vikings still have a nice lead, but Mack is making some noise here at the end of the second. And it's still Kayla Thibodeau with the serve for the Cardinals. There's Nathan. And Odyssey Nathan will end Mack's run. Vikings will get the ball back, leading at 22-13. And Martina Marashinska, who's part of that big Vikings run early in this second set, will get the serve. Bowens way too far. It's out. So 22-14. The libero will have it. And she has to back up, gets a hand on it. And nice play, Badach. Arcs that just over the net to make it 23-14 Vikings. Pierce checks out, Iletskova checks in. And Badach now will have the serve. She placed that perfectly right in front of two defenders. And off the fists of Meyer, excuse me. So set point now for Jeffco. They lead by 10, 24-14. They will give it to Iletskova, who ends the second. They put her in. She's the stopper right now. Vikings win it 25-14 and lead the match 2-0. It's time for the third. Micah Simpson to start it off. Vikings lead the match 2-0. And first point goes to Jeffco. The crowd's pumped. That was Martina Marashinska with the first kill of the third. 1-0 Vikings. Dug out by Simpson, then Marashinska, too strong for the block. 2-0 Jeffco. And that one finds no man's land, 2-1. Danielle Gussman will have it for the Lady Cardinals. That was Bowens to return it. And Badach can't get that across. Just a bit out of her reach. She got some fingertips on it, so it's 2-2. And then Nathan off the top of the net. There's Nathan again, and that is blocked, but what a play by Simpson to keep it alive, and Badach gets it over. And Badach and Nathan were there to get in the way of that, and Simpson again. And nice play by Pierce. And there's Pierce again to keep it alive. The Vikings are hanging tough in this possession. And just on the line, what will they call? They say it's out. So a point for Mineral Area, but still an impressive possession by Jeffco. So that makes it 3-2 Lady Cardinals. Gussman will still have the serve. Pierce goes down to dig it, and then there's Nathan, and Nathan will tie it up at 3 as that rattles around in the bleachers. So 3-3 in the third set. Martina Marashinska, the freshman from Poland, will have the serve, and the Vikings lead it 2-0. And nice attempt from Pierce, but there was a lot of English on that one. So it's 4-3 Mineral Area. They lead it by 1 in the third set. Paige Mays will have the serve, the freshman from Burney, Missouri. And ahead for Bowens. And Simpson's able to set it over. And off the fingertips, it was Micah Simpson there. So it's 5-3 Mineral Area early in the third. It's Mays again. And mishandled by Lucia Badach on that play. So 6-3 Cardinals. Crowd will get loud. And there's Bowens, and it hits the back corner. That's in. We'll have some subs. Ilichkova will come in. Pierce will go to the bench for the Vikings. It's 6-4. Mack leads it by 2, but the Vikings have the serve. Badach will have it. And off the fingertips, Bowens and Nathan were there, so that's a point for Mineral Area. 7-4, Mack leads it by 3. Vikings lead the match 2-0. And here's Gramad again. And Nathan tried the soft touch. Somehow the Vikings keep it alive, but that's too many hits, or it would have been. So another point for the Cardinals. 8-4, Mineral Area leads by 4. And Smith backs up, and then a diving try from Bowens, but that was too far. And we'll have a timeout. 9-4 Mack here in the third. We're about ready to go after the timeout. Mack leads at 9-4 in the third. Natalie Gramad still serving. Bowens goes down to get there, and there's Ilichkova. Mays made a play on it, and it is returned, and then Simpson, and now Nathan. And Bowens will send it over softly. A 2-hit error called on Jeffco. So a 6-point lead for Mack, 10-4. And it's still Gramad serving. And a block from Ilichkova. McIntyre and Peters were there for Mack. So we haven't seen that too much tonight. But they got in the way and denied Ilichkova. It's 11-4 Cardinals. And just out of the reach of Vicky Bowens. So an 8-point lead for Mac, 12-4. Gramad again. And Nathan finally will end it and get the ball back for the Vikings. And a point, so it's 12-5. Odyssey Nathan will then get the serve. And not that time. Ela Skova will get her kill there. Cuts it to a 6-point lead for Mac, 12-6. Just over the net. And Cage and Ela Skova with the block. So the Vikings trail by 5, 12-7. There's Nathan again. Badach returns it. And she backs up and again will set it into the air. Now it finds its way to Ela Skova on the left side. She's been dominating tonight. 12-8. That will be a call in favor of Mac. Jeffco tipped it. So 13-8, Mineral Area leads in the third. Brittany Collins is there for the Cardinals. And Ela Skova again, 13-9. Vikings will get it back. Trailing by 4. Victoria Bowens will have the serve. And off Bowens' foot. So point for Mac, 14-9 now. Ela Skova now from the right side. And Marashinska puts it in the back corner. What will they call? Point for the Vikings. Cuts the lead for Mac to 4. It's 14-10. Alexandria Pierce checks in. Ela Skova will come out. Pierce will have the serve. Just over the head and diving Badach and Pierce, but no one can get to it. So 15-10, Mac leads in this third set. And here's Thibodeau. There's Cage rolling across. And right in the middle of Simpson, Marashinska finds the court for Mac. 16-10. Lady Cardinals lead by 6. And Kayla Thibodeau again. She's a sophomore from Festus. And Marashinska kept it alive. Bowen's got it across. And there's a strong kill there from Liza Gray. So 7-point lead for the Cardinals, 17-10. There's Cage, soft touch, fingertips, gets it. Right between Meyer and Thibodeau. So the Vikings will get it back, trailing by 6. It's 17-11. Micah Simpson has it. Bowens is there to take it, and misdirection from Badac. That one off the hand of Martina Marashinska goes out of bounds. So 18-11 for Mac here in the third. And there's Gussman. Marashinska, no one was there near the back of the court. So 18-12, Vikings trail by 6. Martina Marashinska will have it. And she yells out, she's right. So too much on that from the Cardinals. It's 18-13, 5-point lead. And Marashinska gets a hand on it. Simpson near the bleachers, but she can't do much with that. So 19-13, Lady Cardinals lead by 6 in the third. Vikings lead the match 2-0, winning set number 1, 25-17, and set number 2, 25-14. But it's been a different story here in the third, as Mac performing a lot better. Simpson, and then Odyssey Nathan can't get it over. She tried to do it with her back turned to the net, and she had a nifty little play before that too. Same kind of style of play there. Here's Paige Mays. And they'll award that point to Mineral Area as it was out. We'll have a timeout. Jeffco. Mineral Area leads at 21-13, nearing the end of the third set. The last time these two teams met, Mac came away the winner. It was back on September 4th in Park Hills. Vikings obviously hoping for a different outcome tonight. They do lead the match 2-0, but Mineral Area is threatening to take the third. It's 21-13, Lady Cardinals. Paige Mays waiting to have the serve. Here it comes. Pierce dives in and returns it. And the block doesn't work out for the Vikings. Badac had a hand on it, but it fell on the Viking side. So 22-13, Mineral Area. Mays will do it again. Here's the whistle. Nathan with the kill. Makes it 22-14. Jeffco will get it back. Elitskova comes in. Lucia Badac will have the serve. Elitskova, 22-15 now. Just out of the reach of Daniel Gussman. And so Badac will get ready to serve a second time. and she can't get it across into the net. So 23-15, Mac 2 points away from winning a set, making it 2-1. Here's Gramad. Off the fingertips, it looked like. And yes, it is a point for Jeffco. Mac got fingertips on it. So 23-16 and another kill for Mareta Iletskova. Here's Nathan. And no one can get to it, just out of Iletskova's reach there. So set point now for Mac, 24-16. And the Cardinals will also have the serve. It's the sophomore, Brittany Collins. Iletskova, but they'll be able to return that. And a big block to keep the Vikings alive. Marissa Cage, Victoria Bowens at the front of the net. 24-17. And Bowens will do the serving on this possession. And another block, but they'll give it to Mac. They'll say it was out, and that means that the Vikings will fall here in the third, 25-17, but they still lead the match 2-1. Just about to begin the fourth set. Vikings lead it 2-1. Jeffco took the first 25-17. They won the second 25-14, but then Mineral Area came back and was victorious in the third set, 25-17. Mac will have the ball first. Danielle Gussman will begin. Here it comes. Pierce barely gets it over. And then it's returned quickly by Mac. No one there for Jeffco. 1-0 Lady Cardinals. Gussman again. Badach to Nathan. And then Marashinska finishes it. 1-1. And the Lady Vikings will get the ball. Martina Marashinska will have the serve. So we'll often see that. A player gets a big kill, then they'll serve right after if there's a possession change. But that one too long, out of bounds. So 2-1, Mac. And the Lady Cardinals will have it with Paige Mays. And Bowens will get the kill off the fingertips of Peters and Gramad. So it's 2-2. Badach will have the serve for the Vikings. All tied up early in the fourth. And just sticking her hands up and then going out of bounds, it was off of Iletskova. So 3-2 Mac. Gramad, the freshman from Perryville, will have it. And Nathan, that will be a kill for Nathan off the hands of Gramad. And here's Odyssey Nathan to serve it for Jeffco. We're all tied up at 3 early in the fourth set. That one off of Marissa Cage, it looked like. So 4-3 Mineral Area. Elitskova, that was off the fingertips. McIntyre was there. She looked to touch it, so 4-4. Vikings will get it back with Victoria Bowens. And just gets over. So Vikings on top, 5-4. McIntyre's attempt off the Vikings. They tipped it. So 5-5. Back and forth, fourth set. Now it's Samantha Meyer, a freshman from Festus. Just down the A highway from here. And then Cage will come in. Gussman got a hand on it, and then it is Meyer. And Elitskova. And Marashinska will finish. 6-5, Lady Vikings. Nice possession, both teams keeping it going there. Pierce will come in. She'll serve it too. So a lot of local players tonight on both sides. Pierce, one of those for the Vikings from Festus. Of course, Marissa Cage from Imperial. As that point for the Cardinals at 6-6. And then on the Cardinals squad, Samantha Meyer, a freshman from Festus, and Kayla Thibodeau, a sophomore from Festus. And Danielle Gussman, a sophomore from Barnhart. There's Marashinska. And she'll kill it for the Vikings, 7-6. Micah Simpson with the 1-point lead for Jeffco. And blocked, Marashinska and Nathan. But it went out, so 7-7. Lady Cardinals get it back with Gussman. The Vikings reject that. So Lady Vikings back on top by 1, 8-7. And Marashinska will have the serve. Again, way back there. And off the foot. It looked like it was going to be out, but off Meyer's foot. So a 2-point lead for Jeffco, 9-7. Marashinska can't get it that time. So 9-8. Still a 1-point lead for Jeffco. Mack will have a few subs come in. Mays comes in, as does Peters. And Nathan with the soft touch, but it's handled. Now Bowens will try to find the back. It might have been out, but either way, returned by Gussman. And then that hook shot we've seen from Badic. And we'll have a whistle and a violation. A 2-hit, a double hit for Mack. So 10-8, 2-point lead for the Vikings. Vikings have jumped back on top here in the fourth set. Lucia Badic will have the serve. Elitskova comes back into the game, and she will play at the left front. And a block there, and out on Max, so a point for the Vikings. Nathan and Bowens were there for Jeffco. will have a timeout, Mac. Vikings lead this one 11-8 in the fourth, and they lead the match 2-1. Vikings will have it after the timeout, leading 11-8. Badach now. Mack gets it across. Bowens misdirection, and trying to make a play was Mays, but she got a hand on it. Couldn't do much with it as she fell to the floor. 12-8 Vikings. And off of Mays. Another point for Jeffco. 13-8. And Lucia Badach will have it again. Vikings lead by 5. Off the fingertips, Vikings able to keep it going, but a whistle. And a violation on Jeffco. So Mack will get it. The score is 13-9 Jeffco here in the fourth set. There's Ilitskova and into the net. She could not get that one over. So it makes it a 3-point lead for Jeffco, 13-10, and it's still Natalie Gramad with the serve. They let it go, but it's in. So 13-11. Mack has cut the lead to 2. And Nathan will try it off the fingertips. She'll set it again. And she'll get it for a third time. And that time, she will get the kill. Off of Gussman, and no one else could get there after it ricocheted back. 14-11 for the Vikings. They lead by 3. Nathan will have the serve. And she puts it right into the net, turns it over. So Vikings up by 2, 14-12. Paige Mays, or excuse me, Natalie Gramad has it. No, I'm sorry, Brittany Collins. Couldn't see the number there. Ilitskova. That's in. 15-12. Vikings up by 3. Jeffco leads the match 2-1. They won the first 25-17 and the second 25-14. Then Mack came back in the third, taking that 25-17. And it goes nowhere for Mineral Area there. So 4-point lead for Jeffco, 16-12. And here's Bowens again. Vikings have had a problem getting the serves across lately. So 3-point lead, 16-13. And Samantha Meyer will have it for the Cardinals. Bowens dives to dig it, and now Marashenska will get it. And blocked at the front. Point Vikings, a 4-hit violation on Mack. Actually, I don't know if that was, but either way, it's a point for Jeffco. 17-13 now. Pierce had the serve. And the Vikings blocked it. And there's another point for Jefferson. 18-13. They lead by 5. We'll have another timeout. Also, still some men's soccer games left. If you're listening or watching live and you're in the area, the men will play tomorrow, October 3rd, against St. Louis here at 4 o'clock. And then they'll also play Friday, the 4th, against South Suburban. That's a 5 o'clock start. Here's Pierce. And there's a kill for Mack. It looked like Liza Gray was involved on that. So 18-14, Jeffco leads by 4. Kayla Thibodeau will have the serve. And that'll be a double hit. Or possibly a net violation. Either way, it's a point for Mineral Area. 18-15, Vikings lead it. They'll set it up for Marashinska, and there's a big block, but the Vikings can answer. And point for Jeffco, a lift on Mack. So nice play there from Badach to get it across. And really, there was no way Mineral Area could make a play on that ball. So Lady Vikings up by 4, 19-15. Cage will check out of the game. Micah Simpson's in there. She'll have the serve with a 4-point lead. Finds its way to Gramad, and she'll get it across. Badach for Nathan. Into the back corner, no one home. So Vikings up again by 5, 20-15. Here's Simpson. And Simpson will get her hands on it. Marashinska returns it. And here's Marashinska again. But Mack keeping it alive. And diving and getting there is Pierce. Now Bowens will have to go over. Marashinska, and they fall down at the front. And hopefully she's all right. Odyssey Nathan also down, and Nathan's up. Marashinska looks to be okay. Her face might have hit that net, and they might have collided, but they look okay. Now we'll still have to see where the point was awarded. It looks like it might be Mack's ball, as Daniel Gussman has it and looks ready to serve, and they do award the point to Mack. So it should be 20-16. They haven't updated the scoreboard yet. We'll see. And it is 20-16. Vikings lead by 4. Gussman. Pierce. Nice diving effort from Badach, but just a bit too far for her to do anything with it. So it cuts the Vikings lead to 3. 20-17, and Daniel Gussman will have it again. Off the fingertips of Bowens, but the Vikings recovered. And a block from Nathan, but they're going to call an out of bounds after the block. So a 2-point lead now for Jeffco. It was 5. The Cardinals have come back to cut it to 2. It's 20-18. And Marashinska's attempt is a big block, I should say. Wolford was there at the front. So it's a 1-point lead for Jeffco late in the 4th, 20-19, and we'll have a timeout. It's late and it's close. It's the 4th set. A 1-point lead for Jeffco. Mack has it. Here we go. Badach has to go over to get it. Nathan able to set it. Nice play from Gussman to keep it going back there. Just into the back corner from Gramad. Ties things up at 20. So Daniel Gussman will still have it for Mack. And can't get it over. That was Badach. She tried the over-the-shoulder move, and it was into the net, so now it's a 1-point lead for the Cardinals, 21-20. Nathan, but it's blocked by Wolford. But even so, it was out, so we're tied at 21 apiece. Marashinska will have the serve for Jeffco late in the fourth set. And that one gets away from Mack, but they somehow get it across. And here's Bowen, soft touches it. And the Vikings keep it alive that time. Some fans on their feet. This has been a great fourth set. And Bowens will return it. Marashinska with the dig. And she will bump it across. Bowens. And she gets it back and returns it. Vikings slow it down here and get it to Bowens. And that's out. What a possession, but the Vikings come out with the point. And they lead again by one, 22-21. The crowd's pumped, stomping their feet in the bleachers. Marashinska will have it again and into the net. So Mack will take over. We're tied at 22. Jeffco leads the match 2-1. Here's Mays. And Bowens gets the kill. Off Guzman's hand. It went near the bleachers. So the Vikings back up by one, 23-22. Badac will have the serve. And we'll have a whistle. They'll award the point to Mack. They'll call a double hit on Jeffco. So we're tied at 23 late in the fourth. We'll have some subs. And it will be Mineral Area's ball. Natalie Gramad will have the serve in a moment. Skova returns it. And it's out. 24-23, Vikings up by one, and it's set point for Jeffco. The fans rise to their feet. Odyssey Nathan will have the serve. It's blocked at the front, but they'll give it to Mack. So it's tied at 24. And you do need 2 points to win, not just one. So we'll see what happens. Skova puts the Vikings on top, 25-24. And again, it's set point and match point for the Vikings. Vicky Bowens has it. Fans are on their feet. Blocked. And they'll say it went out. It looked to go out. So back to 25 apiece. A real nail biter here in the fourth set. So Mack will have the ball. Kate Peters with it. Cage, and it's returned by Simpson. No, that's a lift on Jeffco. So Mack now has set point. We'll have a timeout. It's 26-25 Mineral area late in the fourth. So the Vikings took the first two, and they had large leads throughout much of those first two sets. Then Mac came back and answered in the third. Now we've had the most competitive set of the night so far here in the fourth. And it's 26-25 Cardinals. So it is set point for Mac, and they'll have the chance to tie things up in the match 2-2. Jeffco fans are chanting. Nice crowd tonight. A lot of good excitement and energy here, and it won't get over. 26 all. Alexandria Pierce will have it. All tied up at 26. Marashinska. Gussman just was able to handle that. Now it's Cage and off the net, but the Vikings have a second chance. Marashinska. Marashinska! Vikings up by one, 27-26, and again it's set and match point for Jeffco. Here's Pierce. Way into the air up front. The Vikings get their hands on it. The Vikings win it. What a game. The Vikings take it 3-1 over Mac. And that will do it from here. Matt Keeney here with you. Thanks for watching. It was a great one tonight. The Vikings improved to 10-8 overall. And what a win. We'll see you later on JCTV.